Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record weekly review special for week 53 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 1,854 points, which is a good margin, more than 250, not far from 300 points shy of an improvement from last week's score. Still well short of the best round score of 2,336 though. The current virtual best, also significant rise, over 100 points up, 2,175 now, and the all-time virtual best also seeing a decent increase at 4,362, with a couple games moving in the upward direction there. Looking at each of the 10 games individually, Football Manager 2019, 328 points coming in. That's 2 wins and a draw added to the total. One of those wins coming in alternate competition. Insignificant one, just small trophy there. But the Pro Evolution Soccer sees a 20-point jump with a goal and an assist. NBA 2K19 comes in at 65 points, up 3 points, all attribute improvement, as we are just now entering our career into the NBA, so we should see that total start increasing at some point. But as most of the score is going to come from cumulative goals across the season, the first goal is relatively easy, but it's going to take a long time before we see a high score. It's going to be late in the season when those really start bumping up. Draft Day Sports College Basketball sees itself in a new record, outstanding performance to wrap up our season with conference tournament victory and likewise a deep run into the NCAA tournament, the deepest we have ever been as a program, as we made the Sweet 16. So 410 points there. Dirt Rally stays at 371 this week. We did not finish the race that we started the episode off with, and so that'll finish up in the next episode. F1 2018 in the career mode. We continue to see the rise here in Season 2, and we've nearly surpassed Season 1's total, but we're at 269 points right now, most of that coming from car improvements. Most. We did finally get into the points. Motorsport Manager, 29 points, finally getting off the mark of 23 that we've been on since almost the very beginning of the season. It was 5 races to score points again, and it was good points as we got 7th place. Pro Cycling Manager in the team mode, the career mode, we are now at 19 points. We add 3 to that total. It came with victory, but as we are racing continental races only, there's not many points, so that total just kind of inches its way forward. F1 2018 in the Manager Challenge mode, a couple car improvements added on there with a new record at 38. We continue to inch our way up on that one as well. And finally, Pro Cycling Manager in the Pro Cyclist mode. This was our biggest mover of the week, and it was epic. 215 points now, finally surpassing the total from the end of Season 2, where we dominated the Pro Continental circuit. We wrapped up the Tour de Normandy, the last couple stages. The clean stage was, oh my goodness, you need to see this episode if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen this series, take a look at that episode first. If you like it, go back and watch the series from the beginning. You don't need to see the 2017 if you don't want to, but it was very exciting. What a race. And then we had the time trial afterward as well, in that as we wrapped up that race. But big points, jumping well past my record total of 175, now at 215. But of course it's only 215, so we've got a long ways to go to actually mastering that one. But we are very competitive now at the World Tour level. We were in it amongst Dumoulin and Froome and Richie Porte in that race. So that is exciting stuff. So again, the overall 1854, the current virtual best going up just over 100 points to 2175, and that all-time virtual best at 4362. Speaking of all-time virtual best, let's look at how that has changed in this episode. So moving up to number 4 there on the right hand side of the screen, number 4, Draft Day Sports College Basketball re-overtakes Dirt Rally as the top dog of the active games by just 2 points, now at 410. So 4th place there. Dirt Rally drops to 5th without improving its score this time out. And down in number 8, Football Manager saw its 7-point climb, so that's where the virtual best score rose, was those 2 games. But the big news in the all-time virtual best side is that the outside the top 10, a lot of movers. I mean, if you look back to the left side for a moment, there are 7 games out of 10 that saw their record score fall this week. And Pro Cycling Manager and Pro Evolution Soccer both move up a spot from 14th and 17th respectively to 13th and 16th. And F1 2018, the best outside of the top 10 right now, is very much nearing its Season 1 record, and it's still pretty early in Season 2, and we're actually still just getting the car under control, as our chassis and aero department were so far off from one another. The car was really hard to drive. So as we get the aero caught up, it's going to make the car much more drivable, and we should see that number start to increase pretty rapidly, and I think we'll definitely be cracking the top 10 with, well, it could be all 3 of those games before too long. But that's going to do it for this review special. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out week 54. Also of note, here in a couple weeks as we wrap up, because technically there are 52 weeks in a year. Technically we have entered year number 2 since I first started the channel, but as the new year is coming here very, very soon, at the end of week 55, I will not only have a weekly review special, but I will be doing a yearly review, so a review of the entire first year. So that'll be a special coming out here soon, so look for that. Bye for now.